Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling the Financial Diet Podcast Guide. Our goal here is to pull out the really practical, beginner-friendly advice. You know, the stuff that helps you build a better relationship with money.
Yeah, exactly. And the mission, really, is to find those actionable steps, things you can actually do to feel more in control, moving beyond just, well, the theory.
Right. Get practical.
And what's great about this guide, I think, is how it tries to make finance less daunting. It's not about, like, extreme couponing or get-rich-quick schemes.
Go quick fixes.
No, it's more about a gradual shift, like over a whole year, developing healthier habits.
Okay, so let's unpack that year-long mindset idea. Episodes 1 and 2 really set this up.
They do. The emphasis is on these small, achievable, monthly goals.
Milestones.
Yeah. The core idea is that tiny, consistent changes, they actually have a much bigger impact than trying some huge, drastic thing you can't stick with.
Makes sense, like trying to sprint a marathon. Small steps are better.
Precisely. And that thinking carries right into budgeting in episode 3. They call it a no-guilt budget.
Okay, no guilt.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. What does it mean in practice?
Well, it's less about strict rules and more about just understanding, seeing where your money actually goes.
So awareness first.
Right. And then aligning that spending with what you actually value. And the tools, they're flexible. Spreadsheets, apps, pen and paper. It doesn't matter.
As long as it reflects your real life.
Exactly. Not some fantasy version of how you think you should spend.
Yeah, that's where budgets usually fall apart, I think. Then episode 4 gets really practical on savings. Eating out comes up big time.
Oh, yeah. They really highlight how much those daily coffees or lunches can add up. Sometimes it's like basically another utility bill you didn't realize you had.
Wow. Okay.
And they also champion, just having basic kitchen stuff and learning to cook. It's framed as a key life skill that directly saves you money.
It shifts the perspective, right? Cooking isn't a chore, it's a saving strategy.
Exactly. Then episode 5 moves into something potentially tricky. Talking about money with friends.
Ooh, yeah. That could be awkward.
Totally. But the guide offers actual scripts, like ways to phrase things for splitting bills or group gifts without making it weird.
That's useful. It's about normalizing it.
And setting financial boundaries, which is just so important for keeping friendships healthy when money's involved. Less resentment that way.
Definitely. Okay, so after Friends, episode 6 looks at home stuff. Taking care of your space.
Yeah, but beyond just, like, decorating. It gets into understanding your actual monthly bills, the real cost of things, and home maintenance, which always surprises people.
Unexpected repairs.
Right. But they suggest budget-friendly ways for cleaning, fixing things, organizing, making your space comfortable without breaking the bank.
Sensible. Okay, then episode 7 dives into investing. That often feels like the big, scary monster for beginners.
It really can. But they try to demystify it, breaking down basic terms, like stocks are owning a piece of a company. Bonds are like loans you give out.
Right.
And index funds are just baskets holding lots of different investments. Makes it easier to spread things out.
Diversify. And the key message is you don't need huge amounts to start.
Not at all. Start small. The real power they talk about is long-term thinking. Compound interest, that snowball effect.
Where your money starts making money for you.
Exactly. Crucial for things like retirement planning.
Makes sense. Then episode 8 shifts gears a bit to boosting income.
Yeah, because it's not just about cutting back. Earning more can be just as powerful, sometimes more so.
So things like asking for a raise.
Definitely advocating for yourself at work.
No.
And also considering side hustles, maybe turning a passion into profit, or just finding something practical.
Adding income streams. Got it. And it's not all numbers, right? Episode 9 talks well-being.
It directly connects money and your mental state. How financial anxiety can really mess with your decisions.
Yeah, that stress is real.
So they offer strategies for, like, building a healthier money mindset. And a big part of that is actually noticing and celebrating the small wins.
Like paying off a small debt or sticking to budget.
Exactly. Little victories build confidence, keep you going.
Okay, that feels important. So finally, episode 10 kind of ties it all together.
It does. It's about building a sustainable financial life, one you actually like.
Sustainable and enjoyable, not just functional.
Right. Aligning your money goals with your bigger life goals. So you can actually enjoy life without feeling guilty about every dollar spent. That's the ultimate aim, really.
So pulling it all together, the main takeaway seems to be, it's not about some magic bullet.
Not at all.
It's about these consistent small steps. Things tailored to your life, your values.
Precisely. Which leads us to a final thought for you listening. Thinking about all this, what's just one small, realistic financial habit you could try to start this week?
Just one thing.
Yeah, one step towards building that financial life you actually like.